So the only people that's scared are the oppressors. The only people who can have any harm coming to them are those who oppress. Simple as that.
3-pound pressure, no weight lesser. Drop the oppressor, need no surrender. 3-pound pressure, no weight lesser. Drop the oppressor, need no surrender. 3-pound pressure, no weight lesser. Drop the oppressor, need no surrender. 3-pound pressure, no weight lesser. Drop the oppressor, need no surrender. It's time for a change, gotta bounce up. The oppressor's about to get ousted. I'ma lay him out, execution style's too late for an apologetic claim. You wrapped in a cloak of flame, by God it's overdue and your time is in the end. Lockjaw silent without sin, he put me on the planet for justice to win. The oppressor's about to get rolled down, with suppressors attached in the war zone. Revolution can start in the Arizona. I'm a messenger prophet like Farrakhan, backed by the honorable, who sits at the pinnacle, who judges the hypocritical, cynical, and the pitiful sinful. My thinking is critical, I'm just ventilating of the actions of the protective service. Quick to pull the Glock, blast and kill. This don't take any type of skill. I'm ill of all citizens who haven't took a stand. Oh, and kneels too late when the caps get peeled. Don't believe a TC type, going hits close to home. You gotta act the bone, but it got the dome when it's on the zone. All red of my vision through sight. It's killing be killed whenever I fight. From above I be given the right, so you better be ready to ride tonight. On the way to the dawn daylight, we gon' win them all, so gon' pass the kite. 3-pound pressure, no weight lesser. Drop the oppressor, need no surrender. 3-pound pressure, no weight lesser. Drop the oppressor, need no surrender. 3-pound pressure, no weight lesser. Drop the oppressor, need no surrender. 3-pound pressure, no weight lesser. Drop the oppressor, need no surrender.
This world is such a, and when I say this world, I mean it. I don't mean in an ideal sense. I mean in every day, every little thing you do. It's such a, gimme, gimme, gimme. Everybody back off. You know, everybody's like, you taught that from school, everywhere. Big business. You want to be successful? You want to be like Trump? Gimme, gimme, gimme. Push, 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 push. Step, step, step. Crush, crush, crush. That's how it all is. And it's like, nobody ever stopped.
Watch time and space rock. The great matriarch, whether it's day or dark, creates the spark, ways the heart as I sun ray my art, her make the patriarch. Most social media saviors are fakes, marks once we make knowledge born is when time and space rock. The great matriarch, whether it's day or dark, creates the spark, ways the heart as I sun ray my art, her make the patriarch. Most social media saviors are fakes, marks once we make knowledge born is when the run and bass drop. I rose up, took a shower, purified my arc field, took copper for a wall to ensure my chlorophyll is pumping. Done some curls for sure, off more to build. Solid foundation, my crown chakra, core and heel. Pound the pavement, sacred ground, freedom I stand for. Free all political prisoners of war, man or woman and child. Rid the land of all foreign and alien entities. I decree this morning, send them back to whence they came. Is the peace laugh or war cry, whatever the relevant name of each path, simple, highest form, spirituality's how you teach math. A humble beach is still a beach. Now feel the beach raft, rain fire upon them, and the internet forms, sigils, emojis, and the avatars that wore them. Destroy this de facto government and its quarrels. Establish Big Ma's house so she may restore him. The great matriarch, whether it's day or dark, creates the spark. Ways the heart as I sun ray my art, her make the patriarch. Most social media saviors are fakes. Marks once we make knowledge born is when time and space rock. The great matriarch, whether it's day or dark, creates the spark. Ways the heart as I sun ray my art, her make the patriarch. Most social media saviors are fakes. Marks once we make knowledge born is when rhyme and bass drop. The next host, note to self, quit playing, hit the gas. This shaft is called my turn, take the risk and spaz. Most of them got vaccinated with chips in their ass, plus rappers sacrificing each other for grist of their cash. Sad can't watch videos without the subliminals. Predictive programming weirdos from menstrual shows. The land's contaminated, fruits and vegetables, like minerals, the water and skies I fry. Liquid chemicals, technology got me here in front of my desktop, perusing these beats and whatnot for my best option, contemplating which bar will next pop to unlock the minds that are stuck within a Xbox. Off the chart, I continue to climb, watching the rest flop like carp fishing, 100% fresh shark water. I'm on the front line, ex-martial spot. I shine because of her, for she's the best part. The great matriarch, whether it's day or dark, creates the spark. Ways the heart as I sun ray my art, her make the patriarch. Most social media saviors are fakes. Marks once we make knowledge born is when time and space rock. The great matriarch, whether it's day or dark, creates the spark. Ways the heart as I sun ray my art, her make the patriarch. Most social media saviors are fakes. Marks once we make knowledge born is when the rhyme and bass drops.
You know God.
From the garden.
Oh my God. Wow. Incredible. Better try to decode this one.
Yes,
By the end
sir.
of this month.
Yeah.
MVP,
I don't know
yeah.
if we get no better than this.
Caught up in the
Where y'all at? Where the real church at?
There are people that care about you.
Turn me up a little bit in my
There
head.
are people that are praying for you. There are people that are advocating and fighting for you. You need to fight for yourself. You know what I'm saying?
Right here.
Come out of this Babylonian mind state.
It's getting hot in here
You
yet.
can all improve. Don't think you arrived there because you got money.
Remember this? Suspension of life. If you're from the garden, suspension of life. Pretty big
I got the driveway now. There's no more parking on the streets. A gift from God, not from making gritty beats. A fact scribed on papyrus with red ink. The sacrifice of Christ was to make your soul think in the spirit wise. See lots of things with my eyes. There's a top and bottom wherever in the city lies. Through the wicked times, I've been one of God's children that was fed with the manna in the wilderness. You feeling that? If not, you might as well be shot. Condemned to hell while volunteers take your spot. We're prone to fight. It's not about black and white, but wrong and right. And I hope that the light helps your sight. It's the devil's trick to keep you from seeing wicked schemes. Martin Luther had a vision and dream, know what I mean? The plan of God is to save your soul. We all for one seed since the days of old. Just don't make sense to me, yo. Different religions of the world are all fighting. If they claim enlightenment, why is the world not uniting? It's sort of sad seeing kids running around with no dads and roaming the country like shepherds and nomads. Many take a choice of separation or divorce.
Yeah, I don't sit off the camera and give you a black screen and all this other stuff. You get to see me. You know what I mean?
The green peace in the north, southwest, and even the middle east. We've all been affected by the beast, to say the least. Pride swollen like flour with fresh yeast. When the fire ain't down, when that repelled the heat. No, and hell is deep. A lot of soldiers feel the fire of the Satan's desire, but heaven's much higher than a Lexus or fat cribs in Texas. Don't you the bono or marijuana be a fat
You don't say much, do you?
Matrix, there's only one way to make it, and that's what God Almighty and many folks say. Unless you plan to be a puppet or kill, I suggest you choose the right pill. We in the matrix, there's only one way to make it, and that's what God Almighty and many folks fake it. Unless you plan to be a puppet or kill, I suggest you choose the right pill. I rock the mic as I drop light, sort of hidden in plain sight like satellites in the sky at night. No need to try and fight, for I simply come to beats. For the lost rockin' peace, Air Force Ones and Beats. Much like the Middle East, they got us fighting factions, dividing the whole, then dividing the fraction. I remember back when we took time to chill. Now these times of crooked rhymes train our minds to kill. We in the matrix, you better choose the right pill. We lost a lot of good souls, many shoes to fill. So dude, lose your grill if you got good teeth. But that image only bring kids in the hood grief. And if you're looking for beef, you better check Philo. For only elevated souls can go where I go. This God that I know told me to rock the show. And he closer to us than a simple rock bro. We in the matrix. There's only one way to make it, and that's what God Almighty and many folks fake it. Unless you plan to be a puppet or kill, I suggest you choose the right pill. We in the matrix. There's only one way to make it, and that's what God Almighty and many folks fake it. Unless you plan to be a puppet or kill, I suggest you choose the right pill. Yo, I paid my dues. You never saw me in the news unless challenging these wicked crews. It may be strange to you, but there's much more to life than sparking weed or drinking on the brew. What has it come to? I might spit it twice when you fail to freaking hear it. I'm commissioned by the one that you be seeking in your spirit, and devils who can hear it. I'm appointed and anointed, and it's deeper than the thought of you keeping the joint lit. Which one of you creeps gave my brother the crack, which caused him to suffer a tragic heart attack? Now my mom's and brother Mike and me Max B got a limb broken off of our family tree. It is the man in me that make me want to take vengeance, but the Lord gave me peace when I came and repented. Some told you I was pissed, best believe that I meant it. You decided to get high, was plain and simple self-centered.
They did it again.
There's only one way to make it, and that's what God Almighty and many folks fake.
They did it again.
To be a puppet to kill, I suggest you choose the right pill. We in the matrix. There's only one way to make it, and that's what God Almighty and many folks fake it. Unless you plan to be a puppet to kill, I suggest you choose the right pill.
Choose the right pill. You have choices, right? Hey, what's going on, y'all? Grand Rising, I think it's for Friday because we had a lot of people come in last night, regardless of who it may be. Okay. Sometimes when y'all hear me say stuff like that, you think that maybe I might be in my mind going, they're here to get me. No, man, I don't care about that. I mean, how many people right now who were speaking the truth in Alabama, you know, Jamal, Rashad, what you call it? There's a few of them. And they're all innocent. And one even posted bond for $10,000. And a few hours later, somebody hit the fake judge up and they kept him in there. He's innocent, hasn't done nothing. Well, no, see, that's the last thing. Oh, that would just be wonderful. I could see the whole family just disappear. But like I said, no, that's not the case. I'm not here to stop anything. I'm here to see a few of you. Like I said, I know what I was saying when I said 10%. I was on TikTok this morning. It was a sister, right? She's up there and she calls herself the goddess or whatever. I don't follow her. It's just the lives. And I like to see what the melanated people are saying. And you'll get what I'm saying, because you know what it is, you know, I cannot create excuses for the condemned. And why do I say that? They choose their destiny direction even when blind. I put that in the thumbnails because that's something I wrote. You know? And it's paramount you know what choices are. So I'm scrolling through. It's about, I don't know, here it's about 4:30, 5 o'clock, right? While I'm getting my little Taiwanese fisherman pants or kung fu pants or whatever y'all might want to call them. You know, the ones like Bruce Lee wore with the white top and the folded over. I'm still getting my maroon and my brown ones. I'm like, which one's the one I'm going? What's the sun? I'm gonna be able to see the sun right when it peers up and be able to sun gaze after I get at least 30 minutes of grounding and I call it not distraction noise, but noise of the birds and everything without the silence. You know, enjoy the silence. No, silence inside that allows all the good to come in. So after I made that decision, and I says, well, let me see her and see. I turned the light on because it's not good to gaze at these deadly platforms without some light behind you. So I'm listening to her talk. And just like Tokyo from California says, a lot of these women sit up there and they got their little lights and everything's, and this is not demeaning. You demean yourself. This is for these weak sisters. And she's talking as if she really has it locked down. And I can see beyond that. I can see when you carry yourself where you have to exude confidence. That means that you're not confident. So she's sitting there with talking about her hair. Oh, it's just not shaking, so it's flat. You didn't perm it enough. She thinks she's a dime because she's got wide hips and a big booty. This is the paradigm of the disease of the last 35 years to 40 years. Y'all call him Uncle Luke, but Luke Skywalker, even he was, if you ever listen to the monkey, you know what I'm saying. But by design, okay? And so this individual sits on there and says, because she's fasting, I guess, for whatever purpose, because you can fast and be empty and get a whole lot of darkness or never come to the light. And trust me, because you don't know what fasting is really about. And the majority, you don't really still. And yet, he says, gonna have you some eggs, bacon, grits, and toast. She's like, wow, that's a spread. Obviously, that's what she probably partakes of by looking at her. I don't know if she had a BBL on. I don't care. I don't go scrolling to look at women's booties. You just know that she thinks she's a dime in her own mind. All right. And I'm not beating the woman up because our sisters are beyond anything beautiful. I don't care if they got a bottom and upper lip missing, and they just got teeth because there's a young lady that was on there who was burnt by her sister, some with acid. She's beautiful. And I ain't talking about physical for those who get into those terms. So anyway, I said, well, I don't follow her, and I'm not, I'll send a couple of hearts on everybody to support my people. And I says, well, the morning breakfast is not the most important, because breakfast, if you have to eat, is breaking your fast. It's not important, yet it is important. There is a catch-22. So she says she didn't even, this is where we have reading comprehension. Majority of melanated people don't have it. Seriously. And I could tell she's roughly around probably 27, 28. Okay? She's got the little earring in her lip right there. So I tell you, she ghetto fabulous. Welfare. I don't care what anybody says. And I don't care if you're a tattoo parlor, she ain't have no tattoos, so like whatever. I don't care. I know most of our people are coming from right now, and it's sad. Okay? Especially sitting up on there. So she makes this comment. Well, like she's all knowing. Well, that's what he likes and blah, blah, blah. And I'm sitting there going, what the fuck? Nobody, I don't care. In my head, I'm sitting there saying, but I was pushing a button too at the same time because I wanted to see what all this, and I know she didn't get it. And moment she says, well, it's his opinion and da. Yeah, everybody, breakfast or whatever, if it's important, blah, blah, blah. And so I says, well, I'm going to scroll down. And I'll scroll down and look at a couple of people, some crazy people, somebody standing in the store, the booty shorts. I don't know what's going on with you women, man. Y'all need to get off TikTok. But anyway, this is looking stupid. Then TriBiz has some good information. All right, so, I had to scope him out. And Inu, my boy, who he sings pretty good, and he does spoken word. I think he's in California. So I always go and check out his stuff. And then our brother down in Jamaica, I got to check my brother out, Eves. I got to check him out. And I go back. Well, actually, I didn't go back. I was scrolling up and then went back to it because I guess a lot of people on. And here she's still going on about it. She says, and by the way, anyway, and don't nobody tell anybody what they should eat and what they should. I was like, I just put bye. And I put a skull. She's dead. Y'all need to know. And I didn't feel no kind of way. I just said, I want me and really antagonize her. You're not a dime. You don't know nothing. You don't know. People shoot the messenger, not paying attention to the message because the reading comprehension is dead. They think they know everything and don't know nothing. I'm not going to go cursing. I did how many videos I did without cursing, right? And these little engines. That's why I made a post to show y'all. And then I saw how many people watched, 50 something. And that was just within the first that video, the views. And then it goes, 5, 10, 16 views. I was like, wow. And you know, I say fake Jew because I can, because that's exactly what they are. It doesn't matter how one of them feel it works on this platform, because there's a lot of them that work on here are Hindu, because not all the people in so-called India or Pakistan like these people. But these ones who work with Britain, these ones who are being brought here, these are the ones who are Gujar. They are the same as them. That's why I said it's important y'all know about the theosophy, the theosophical, know about when Aleister Crowley fell, the man who was with Dianetics and all that, and that, whatever it's called, and they went out there to do the same stuff, and they create this Scientology that, you know, Tom Cruise and all, it's all vile and evil. But it's also a distraction to have you focus on that and taking away time to focus on yourself. Let me discuss those things. You guys work on focusing on yourselves. All right. So in lieu of that, I was like, oh, God, dog, man. So I said something because I know it would rival. Let's say you say I'm trolling her or whatever you want to call it, because I know that sitting there, people are going to see the chink, because her armor is not, she doesn't have any. It's going to see that it's all a play. It's sitting there believing that those plastic looks is what's going to win people over. This is what we've come down to. Okay. And then you can hear the little music off the side in the background. I'm sitting there going, oh, we got a winner here. Seeing how we're in morning, getting my morning rise coffee, fabulous, with a tablespoon of real honey. Yeah, don't, stay away from beet sugar and all the processed stuff, because you know what insulin resistance is? You know, a lot of you get real fat. Well, right now I'm losing weight like crazy. I stopped completely with ice cream, because I love ice cream. I haven't had donuts in I haven't had a donut. Even though I know where to get real donuts from, I haven't had a donut in like a year and a half. But I had to completely eradicate sugar. When we say it's sugar, we're not talking about the natural form, like the natural form of caffeine that's in mushrooms and chocolate, that like 80 or 95% cocoa, to which I have. I'm talking about all the BHTs, the additives. And the moment you do that, things change 100-fold. My thing is to find that specific house, so that way I can really remove the rest of the heavy metals and be on that. Because like I said, regardless of what I can do with this body, there are just some things in this world, man. Like I said, they're well studied. Okay. If I would have accepted who I was 20 years prior to almost 6 years ago, I would have never had the issue. It would have never fell upon me, but I refused to. So again, be mindful when you go on these platforms, ladies, and you're sitting there, and the men too. We're seeing more and more of these so-called Africans coming out, and they're just as fruity can be, and they're not getting, this is what I'm saying, they're not getting these chemicals like the brother in 2000, early 2000 showed you all about the PFAS and all that. Maybe at a certain time, but they're getting a lot of shots. I'm just saying, I don't know. I talked to a couple of brothers and they just let me know some things. So I can't really, because it's not my trajectory. I don't want you to focus on it, but I'm seeing more and more of them. And a lot of those ones right there, they're originally from here. You can see it. You can look at where they're at. I mean, if you see them with dreadlocks, with long afros, big afros, they're from here. I know there's only a handful of tribes over there that can really, really grow them, and they're more in lieu of the Eritrean, Maasai, Ethiopian, who are really our distant cousins. I mean, dead ass. If you want to talk about the bloodline of Shem, the doggone, they used to shave their head bald for I forget the practical reason. Actually, sir, I knew a guy in the army who was from the doggone, born in America, but his family was from the doggone tribe. And me and him used to sit around and tell stories all the time, and everybody would sit there just listening to us like, where they from? No, seriously, y'all. Me and him, he was in the army. And so whenever he got vacation, he'd come and hang out on the base, at the barracks, and everybody, who that? That's my boy's doggone tribe. He's born here, born in Alabama. His father was a steel worker or whatever. He took the trade. He had a company over there. Something happened. You know what happens, right? He left there, brought his skills here, was able to do because he had all these degrees and everything. and he worked with car manufacturer, some whatever. I didn't care about the story, but so it come from like, you know what I'm saying? But he went into the army because growing up here, it doesn't matter who you are, you're gonna have to deal with the schooling system. You're gonna have to deal with the neighborhood. You're gonna have to deal with the local and the food. And even though they have this staple of their own food traditions, you still got to deal with the, you know what I'm saying? Ergo, Arthur Kessler's 13th tribe, that they knew that anywhere they are, they would adapt to it. Your body changes. It's just the way it is. That's how amazing you are, okay? And we used to sit around and he would talk about, and this is the funny thing, because whenever you watch like History Channel and Nova and all that, and they talk about the doggone, and there's always some fake Jew and a Gujar, Chazar, whatever. I call them whatever I want, because and then nobody would challenge me, no fact checker, and definitely not one of them. I would love to see one of their rabbis come over here and give it a run. They're made up rabbis. So anyway, he would talk about, a lot of people think it's like stars interplanetary, because that's how he used to say, I just saw the white people always tell the story. That's why I get tired when y'all try and attempt to tell a story, because you're liars. He says, no, he's talking about somewhere out there. And everybody used to be like, well, we thought that they meant like, he says, no. There's ships and stuff, but then from out, it's not here. We crashed here. I was like, that's my story too. We didn't really crash. We kind of knew about it, but we destroyed our vehicles and the so-called migration, never a term we utilize. And that's for insects and stuff like that. But we came and we just set up from the outer. And he was like, that's the same story, brother. I was like, I know, but most people keep listening to these pale skins tell this lie. It's just like the fact that they give you religion, make you look outside of yourself. Then they give you this Christ, and you're not knowing anatomy and other things like that because they want you to be marginalized. So you won't look at the Christ factor. You won't look at you can take away chakras, but you won't look at the auditory as far as the Om, Klam, Sham, Ram, and Zams and Hams that help with the balance of these several, maybe 9 points, depending on how you want to do it, right? So they'll have you look outside of it and look at these horns and ring the bells and demons and everything else, not really realizing that you're supposed to be looking inside yourself to eternalize and to correct things, because you can do that metaphysically. Otherwise, if that wasn't the case, they wouldn't be making chemicals. And they know all this, from Teflon to the plastics to medicine to the fake medicine to everything. They know this. It's just that you didn't, because they needed the education system to make sure that you weren't paying attention to see it, thinking that you were living your best life, because in the youth, you can pretty much hang on. But now everybody's just dying. I mean, a Japanese lady just went over in Japan and they ain't stopping her. And she's lost her husband after getting the inoculation. And they are going ballistic. And a lot of people in Korea all over are saying enough of this. And this new world, this health, WHO, those are drug addicts. You know, they do the androcone and all this other. They are straight up druggies. Y'all think they are not? Maybe you haven't been really catching the whistleblowers talk about them. They are straight up drug addicts, every last one of them. Anywho, and they want to have World War III, and idiots want to be out there fighting each other because they don't see nothing. Not to get off the beaten trail, okay? And stay there, stay my boots on the ground. These individuals we used to talk about, because we used to look at ourselves and say, wow, we really become kind of messed up, and we know these stories. Now, we say stories. I believe it was more truth than a story, because when the enemy doesn't want you to know wants you to know who you are, they utilize your stuff, and then they create a fanciful storyline where they spread it out to everybody, and therefore you can't say it's yours. It belongs to everybody, and everybody can put their spin on it, because you know there's a lot of sociopaths and psychotic individuals out there. So me and him from the doggone tribe and many other tribes, those are our relatives. A lot of these light skins, they were done wrong. They were miseducated. They were turned against us. When I said the people of this new age China were us and these light skinned people who we birthed in all nations. Melanated people is what I'm saying. I'm not just talking about just us alone. We didn't birth the world. All of us are relatives from our brothers or sisters, right? We can birth in all these nations. The thing is, what happens somewhere down the road? And then what happens to another outside source, the entity that comes in, that's pretty much no different from us, but a little more, not vicariously, but vicious and warlike. So anyway, just to put that out there, I'm not saying that's a fact. Just like here, it was mostly melanated. It wasn't some Ket native people. Those were the ones that, if you want to know about the Gujars, I already broke down Yaphet. For those who want to know what Gomer, Magog, and all that, as far as where these New Age Chinese come from, not every one of them, all right? But you need to know the difference. Not all the Hindus, but the ones who amalgamated, as far as the Turks, the Ottomans, conquered the melanated people. They tell you that they conquered these people, just like in Iran. I was reading it, and nobody really paid attention. Why would Iran be bombing, sending over to bomb so-called fake Israel, when that's Palestine? Israel could have been here in America and in several different places. It's all written down. But you have these light skins who don't know no better, and a lot of you who still want to hold on to the lie, okay? As if it's supposed to pass. It's supposed to get a pass. Why? That's what I want to know. But anyway, nobody wants to have that or hear that. But everybody wants to convert to what you are, your true identity. Everybody wants to be it. But you have these Chinese, not all of them hate you, not all, and most of them don't even know their truth, because if a lot of them did, they'd be like, and the ones that do, they'll tell you, man, I didn't know that. And those are the ones with moral subjugation. That's why they have to kill so many people. Because when they start seeing the truth, not everybody's going to agree. I mean, look at that little dumb little pasty individual on TikTok. Hey, blacks ain't built this country. We built it. That's how stupid. And he thinks because he's big and he's ex-military, like that means something. I like to, not advocating violence, put 215s on him. I like to meet him. I'm not sure what. I've been hitting my shadow boxing speed still, even though I figure like, well, seeing how it swells up all the time, I got that bad wrist. I just got this way about me, you know? I said thousands, if not millions, know we built this country, who repaired it during the Reconstruction era. You never see them talking about a light skin rebuilding anything. We were the directors on the West Wing, the New West. We were on the East or the West Wing. We were the directors and we were building everything. But you got these little idiots come in, all right? Because they have these little funny, goofy, melanated people from the last 20 years and went to 30 years who went to war, and they get to meet them. Some of them some bad, and some of them knew who they were, indigenous, and they buckled up on some people, and some didn't make it back. All right? But you still have these idiots, okay? I have a friend. He's like damn near about 80 years old, Delta Force. He's like one of the first one. I can't say his name. He has no respect for a lot of these guys right now. He says this foreigners coming here performing better than most of these cats born here with their little racist, this, that, and the other, being pushed through, not really doing the stuff they did when they did this. He said, man, we did stuff about 25 to 50% harder than that. The time is different, y'all. I chat with these people because it's important. I have to be around the older people that, listen, it's not to curse anybody, but some people have to stop being so divided and separated. All right? That's why we have the truth tellers, you know what I'm saying? And the enemies who are out here, they need you to be dumb. They need the lies. They need everything. They need it to fit the curriculum because some of them are just dumb Satanists. They don't really know the truth behind that. Some sit there and go, that's your name, Lucifer? Well, just because you never heard it, just because I never said nothing about it, yeah. What's the problem? It's not what you think. Just like this right here, this is a sutra, a mantra. It means a balance. This is all this means. But because the goofy Satanists put the goat head with a body and a phallus and breasts, excuse me, that's what they took around to the DC and the fake White House and everywhere else in New York, and with the big bull out there, Brahma bull, Baal. Nobody wants to hear this stuff because it's all been perverted. It's for you to look and see how they laid it out so that you don't really see what's possible out of it. And sometimes what you see really is meaningless. You don't know that you are as powerful, if not more powerful than a bull or like a rhino. You don't need an idol or a statue. It's a derivative to have from misdirection. You know, sleight of hand. Who remembers the video? I know y'all went back and saw me do the thing with the quarter, right? The magic trick. Well, I can do a whole bunch. I got the little straw where the thing slides up and I stick it up my nose. You know, I have the little string, even without a sleeve, where I can just pull and it goes down. You wouldn't even see it. And you would think that I stuck the cigarette up my nose and it goes down. You won't even see it. I can do my hands around, even with a t-shirt on. Come back, right? Already did a sleight of hand while you're watching me talk like this. Got it over here, and then the way I hold it, you wouldn't even tell that I had it because the way I move my hands. And then I go, oh, and just put it in the end of my nose and slide it down, and you wouldn't even know it. Push it back, boom, it goes right back. You wouldn't even, it's that quick. Even when I did card tricks, the tearing one and the folding, you know, and then you're not even aware that it's as thick as it is, but because I move my hand a certain way and the way I know how to hold the card because I practiced. So when I'm doing it and I'm showing you and talking to you, when I unfold it, you're like, whoa, and here's a big square, the torn one right here. You can't even see it. And when I get ready to flip it around, it's just as much as putting that part in my hand, flipping around because it was stuck on with a little bit of water. Or saliva. Things are not complicated. We allow ourselves to be fooled. You know what I mean? We allow ourselves because we don't know we're being fooled. We don't know to look to see if we're being fooled. So when I dealt with all these people, the Moroccan dude, as tall as heck, I don't know how he made it in the Navy because I thought it was a certain height. I think at 6 foot, 6'1", because you can knock your head on the knee knockers that go all around. You got to run. So you duck and you pretty much like you're hurdling. My boy Bowman from South Africa, a whole lot of folks, you know, and they always gravitated to me because I wasn't sitting there with some made up history. And they know. Why are people still doing it now? Why do melanated people still want to betray one another? Y'all don't get it. There are a lot of people who get a taste of that androgen, whatever you want to call that crap, the synthetic stuff. And y'all don't get it. That stuff is 100 times more potent than heroin and cocaine and all that. It's it's different. Okay? You don't want to try. Some of the people out there in Cali got a hold of some, and then they can't get it again. And what do? Start selling their bodies, trying to get in the wind, you know, and doing things they should never do. And next you know, they hooked on drugs. They're homeless. They can't tell you what they did. They can't, you know, they disappear, go on an island. Who knows who's paying and hunting them? I'm just saying, hypothetically. Okay? But what I'm alluding to, the fact is, you have these individuals, and sisters, we need y'all to get your heads right. Without y'all, we are nothing. And without us, you are definitely nothing. That's like the forest fire over there, and we could be the moat in the water, and y'all be the trees, still keep creating oxygen and taking in carbon. We could stop the fire from killing. But without us, it consumes you. Now, without you, we have no purpose. So what would the moat and water need to be there and let the fire ravage on? I don't think y'all really get this. So when I hear women talk like this, all plastic and stupid. And another thing I want to say, I see that some people who subscribe to me, welcome to the tribe. Do not comment as if you're teaching me something. Don't ever do that. You share knowledge. Learn how to communicate. Don't ever think you telling me something. I got people talking about, dude, sister, don't come over here with that. Don't come over here with your mem specialist mentalities. Don't come over here because you just learned something last year and you think you're telling me something. I've been doing this since 78 just to give you a little sway. When I say 78, that means where the whoopings and the beatings kind of stopped. Okay? Yeah. Where the beatings and the whoopings stopped from talking about what I talk. Now, Tari, I still got smacked upside the head every once in a while. Military, I was told to shut up, even though it was everywhere. The fact that I was telling people, wait, they taught this up until like 1918, 1920. Why I got to... Well, because a lot of our people died because of that. This is the Republic of Tartary. And I express to y'all, I use that because it's a loose term. There's another name for this land. And my great-grandmother always said, after the L. You can call it whatever you want. I just have a different take on things. But I use Tartaria because those are the way I was able to go to the books when I was in middle school. Okay? In the library. Montclair Public Library in Norton. Public library and the bookstores they had. Anything on Tartary, I would find it because the buildings were phenomenal and beautiful. That's what made me an artist. I made a big mural in my elementary school, Nishawayne Park. I'm with Miss Visco, the Sicilian woman, big old booty too. Man, I was young, but I know a big booty when I seen one. I was the best artist, she said, in the classroom. I didn't care, pottery, whatever we was doing. And I set up this big mural down the whole wall. When you go into school, to the left, all the way down in front of the classrooms, past the office. All right? And that was me. For anybody that remember that wall, I was the one that gridded it out there with the ladder and the rulers and everything, inches to yards. It was there for a long time. So don't come over here talking to me like you know me. Humble your damn selves. That's what's wrong with a lot of you. Humble yourself and let's build and walk together. Some of y'all come with this internet mentality. You think you're in control. You think you know everything. You get a little information and you want to blah, blah, blah. Check your feelings. Check your emotions. Lock them away. Put them away. You're going to have to go numb. You're going to have to get away and be careful. When you get rid of these feelings and emotions, these fake ones, you can go numb. And you don't want to go dark. It's all dark 30, right? Then you start accepting the real emotions or feelings. Something that doesn't drive you. Because see, let me tell you something. When you feel some kind of way, when you read something, you think you got the answer because that's the only thing you know. Let me tell you something. That's the driving factor. That's an algorithm that can be read. It can be picked up. It tells on itself. Okay? A little more tea for you. So don't come over here, blah, 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 blah. And I'm gonna look at your message now. I'm gonna reply, or I'm gonna hit like. Okay, that's where the individual's at. But I'm gonna come on live and I'm gonna give you one. So I just give you one. So don't come over here thinking you teaching somebody something. First of all, not everyone's meant to be a teacher in retrospect. Okay, and with no disregard, I can't say who's meant to be. But don't come over here with your little mind, because I'm gonna read it, and this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna say, well, damn, you don't even know 1% of what you're talking about. Because obviously it's going to be something I discussed. And just because I don't fill the margin with your little mind thinking outside the parameters, keep that to yourself and build upon it. Take the references, the sources of information, and build upon it. That's like that sister sitting there looking all plastic, worrying about her hair not flapping around because the perm is not working right. Her hips all out the hair. Thank goodness she ain't standing up. I don't want to see no BBLs no more. Those are the funniest looking things I've ever seen in my life. All right? Getting scarred up with booby jobs and everything else. That's just like this is being outside of ourselves. We don't accept ourselves for being handsome or beautiful or whatever it is. We always look for the ugly because that's all we think. That's what they've created. Isn't that chaos? Out of order? But if there's order, why would we have to worry about who's so beautiful or not? And then we put chemicals all over our face. Dudes putting curly kits in their hair. I don't got no curly kit in my hair. My hair has got bear grease, and sometimes I use this lanolin that's like it's like a Dax, but it's natural. It doesn't have petroleum. It's a plant base, and I brush it and put a do rag on. But my hair is, like most people know, it's kind of curly. It's a fro, but it's curly. You know what I'm saying? Warm water, filtered, of course, and then put it on, and then I'm gone. You know, that's not a benefit. That's just what I do. That's who we are. And then history has been lied over and over and over. They lie. Stop lying to yourself. Accept yourself for who you are. You didn't make the chemicals and the poisons and the toxicities to give you tabs and acne and everything else. But monitor yourself. Stop drinking that soda. Stop drinking that poison water. You can do things, and you don't have to be. It's like this. It's like Tokyo was talking about these sisters who always got something to say and want to fight, but they be the ones with 4 and 5 babies, from 5 and 6 baby daddies, willing to accept $400-500 a month, paying $13 a month for rent on Section 8. And always out there fighting. And when the little kids get off and shot up, They go, well, the daddy's not in our life. Well, the mammy's jacked up because the mammy's mammy was jacked up, and the mammy's mammy before that in the 60s and 70s decided to betray the father, and the father went to war and died, didn't come back, and so it was just a circle and a cycle because the sisters weren't staying together, and because we had these fake black Fed operators come in there and marginalize and decidedly separate our people so they can be safe. Man, it's bigger and deeper than you can know. And then you have a fake ass system of all lies, and most people don't know it, going out here with these little fake ass shock troops doing that most horrendous things, robbing people, taking this and that for no reason other than their fake ass emotions, their fake identity, and their racist ideology because they don't know the truth of history. And then the ones that do, well, you know that the dictators of sociopathic orders, stupid. They don't realize that they're just a sacrifice. The other issue is they don't know what comes after. And that's where I come in. Could you imagine being out there in the void, directing traffic to them things that wait to devour you? And it's not a one-time affair. Are those who think they can escape it, escape death. That's why I was telling you about the Chronicles of Riddick. Where you think they get the idea from? But they don't really know. They think that's where you're going to end up because you're not in touch with yourself. You're a different people. No matter what happens, you're good. Them, on the other hand, they can't fathom the truth. So they got to try and bring other things in here. They think that they can return to the source, or they don't have to go back so they can just keep reliving it. Boy, they are the most dumb, complicated, confused individuals, and all these fake little judges and magistrates and fiduciaries, what do you want to call them, these little esquires and attorneys playing the game. They think it's all good. They have no idea. And so if they want to be deeply and dead and murderous and torment and killing, and that's the answer. And so be it. Look at all them people over there dying. And for what? Because a bunch of sociopaths, a bunch of idiots. Because they can't get it right. Because they can't get it right because they've been conditioned and programmed to be the cannon fodder. It's like that. What's that girl that runs around, OnlyFans, whatever? But you got this little idiot who likes to be kicked in the nads and punched in the face, and she looks like Sexy Red, or not Sexy Red, but the other one, China, or whatever, that Down syndrome baby girl with the red hair. You see what I'm saying? This is the disease. And you have people out there that think it's cool. I remember the guy in England who literally paid the guy to cannibalize him. He did a video, and he says, no, I do this willfully. I'm selling myself. He don't want to live no more, but he just wanted to be eaten by another person. And I watched that video, and they have the whole thing where the guy puts him out, and and I'm sitting there going, holy woola wah. No, man, y'all don't get it. Y'all don't get it. Man, when I say gone, I mean gone. You know, the army brother, I guess he had broke up with his lady and he was on live and he was trying, I think he was still fighting, and y'all don't get how deep it is. And you know, I used to go and visit people who attempted suicide who survived. Oh, man. Wow. Anyway, and I just got rid of the video because I had the video. I just got rid of it since I can't keep the, you know. Anyway, right? So, and after communicating with a couple of his friends and maybe the girl, he goes, oh, and he takes the shotgun. I mean, it was right there. It was live, y'all, just like so many others. It's not TikTok, don't have that. That's Facebook. But anyway, but this one was a different one. This was on, I forget what platform. And it was not the only one. I've had a lot of videos because I want to look at I study the person's face. I look at their eyes, and I look for that there's a spark there. It's always light there. Then I think about that foolishness of Psalms where it says God created the darkness. No, he didn't. That was, no, he didn't. Creator of creations. I can't really say nothing about what has been, that always is, that always will be, that always has been. I'm not going to break that down for you. Even these idiots don't have a clue. You have to step back into who you are. It's only one size that fits each one of you. And you're the only ones that can wear that shoe. And right now, there's people attempting to hide the shoe from you that's still on your foot. And they seem to be doing a good job. You don't need to plague yourself with all these mantras and sutras. You don't have to do that. There's the things that we should have never been dealing with in the first place. There was no need for it. Those are the things that destroy. Let them be. And I know a lot of y'all, you call yourselves Reiki masters, this, that, and the other. You do not know what you're playing with. There's some of you sitting there, even when y'all talking about some ace. Stop that. Stop that dumb stuff. You don't even know what you're saying. You won't even research the word except for the surface what they give you. Stop with the A-SE. Stop it. Pura vida is a beautiful word. Okay? It's a beautiful word. You know, Curamel says it, a few other people. But you just need to step back into your shoes. They're right there. You actually got them on, you just don't know it. But you need to walk. Walk how you were meant to walk. I don't care if your hips jigging on this way and you got a cane and you need to walk the way you. Man, this shirt is. I'm losing weight, but I'm getting big. I'm up too. But you need to step in your shoe and walk in your shoe and not nobody else's shoe. Because that's the problem. All y'all running around with 3 left shoes on the right foot and 2 right shoes on the left foot, and they all different size. Your feet slide and your toes are bunched up. You know what you're binding them. And I'm talking about this is one individual. Like, you can't even wear. You're trying to wear 12 hats and only got one to fit on your big old head. The other one's is hanging over your eyes. The other one's slapping on the back of your neck. You're uncomfortable. You don't know why you're doing this. Some of them got your ears covered up. You don't even know what's going on. Like, stop. And for you individuals, I got a podcast that I set up, right? For a while. I didn't put it in so you can't see it. For all you so-called Jewish rabbis and all you pale-skins that think you built America. And any one of you gujars who got an issue with what I'm saying. Any of you ex-judges or new judges. Any of you people all paralegals. You graduated. You made it through 7, 8 years, whatever the hell, of college. And you think you learned something. But now you got to really learn how to break the books down. That's where you're going to get into Black's Law. You're going to learn a lot of things. But because you want to make $1, you just wasted all this time going to college. You're going to pursue it because some of you really want to help people, but you're not going to be clear. Some of you just going to be a bunch of little called on, just make a living because you really don't want to get into the deep waters because you don't really have those talents. So you're going to be, we're going to appoint you a DA. You want to be one of those things. Some of you will find a firm. You have a certain look, a certain way about you. You're aggressive, and you're going to perform the duty. You're going to be the best actor you can, and you're going to cause a lot of problems for people's lives. These things don't go unanswered. I don't care about Judge Joe Brown being 80 years old or whatever, and because of what he did. So what? He's not respected by the whole thing because he's still running around using terms like black and white. I'm not here to tell everybody you don't have to use this, but every time I hear one of y'all talking like that, the further I want to stay away from you because you ain't nothing I can do for you. Hard head make for a soft behind. That's all I got to say for that. And sometimes when it's a little tender back there, we're in times. I think some of y'all like that. Yeah, I'm not here for you. Oh, well, I said I love the light, but I'm well versed in the darkness. But you're not. As I showed you yesterday, they are so conflicted that they say Yiddish is Hebrew. It is not Hebrew. Who recalls me reading? But this is how they lie. So be careful when you're all running around and Brave and Google and this, that, and the other. They're all deceptors and liars. I mean, look at the sitting of people who work for Google because it's a weapon. They're saying they're using it as a weapon to murder children and people in Palestine, right? These people don't care. It's all, you know what platforms it is. It's not my doing. I have no particular part. That's not what I care about. You know what I'm saying? I look at many things on the damn Google. That's a funny, and I do things on them because I know they're watching, so that way they can have all kind of eggs to put in their little egg carton. Because it's the emotional ones, the broken ones, who think they stand upright. And those are the ones. But for you guys, I said, don't kick a gift horse in the mouth. Especially when you really don't have no legs to kick anyway. You're not standing on nothing. Mind your manners, humble yourself, and drink the tea. Do the research. And for those who are meant to, you find those people in your neighborhood and your family and sit them down and say, hey, look, this is what I've learned. I'm not saying you have to listen, but I'm going to share this. When you're content with what you found out, what you heard, research it more. I mean, you don't have to go crazy, but research it more. And the more you seek, the more you will find. Now, time and patience is the two most powerful weapons. And a lot of you don't have patience. I can't blame you because you don't have too much time. Okay? If you donate, good. I didn't look. I'm not going to look. I'm going to go check the mail today, see if the books came in. And if they came in, then when I come back, this later on, then I'll read. Other than that, y'all have a great day. I'm going to shout some of y'all out. I appreciate y'all coming in. But if you're feeling some kind of way, you don't have to be around. You can go on about your business. I don't want Philly people. I don't care about you emotionally weak individuals. You can go back to whatever it is you're doing. If you feel like, oh, well, man, it's coming, then stand out in front of the storm and get swooped up. Don't worry about it. Just go ahead. I'm not here for you. Okay? Because it seems like everybody know everything. And everybody know everything seems like to me they know a whole lot of nothing. And that's what I stand on. Every time I turn around, I go, and then one more thing. I had this one person, what makes you the aficionado? I said, well, what makes you think I ain't? Well, how you want to answer the question? I said, there you go. You're telling on yourself. Man, get your emotionally feeling self up out of here. I ain't got no time for that. No, I ain't never said I was aficionado on nothing. I'm expressing things from my point of view, based upon my opinion, relegated to my travels and some other things that is none of your business. Now, if you can only feel antagonized, then maybe I can just antagonize you. And seeing how I rent that much space in your fake medieval way of thinking that you're at war with somebody when you're at war with yourself. If you want to stay at war with yourself, I can give you some more dust in your pocket. I can rent some more space in your stupid existence. I don't mind. Because if that's where you at, I don't want to waste my time, but I mean, I can really egg you on. I can give you something. Oh, I can make you worthwhile. If that's what you like, if pain and purgatory is your whole solemn existence and you want to ask a question without having nothing relevant to state, because some people think they know something, they want to argue something, so they want to say something, then they think when they say something, it's supposed to mean something when they actually saying nothing because it means nothing. Like, who are you to say so? Well, if you feel that way, then maybe you don't have a strong foundation or firmament to stand upon. So if you're that fractured and broken, me replying to the source that you just spewed out and what you just exacted with nothing worthy because you feel some kind of way, tell me what you low, because I'm not the feeling and emotions police. Tell me why you feel the way you do and what's your emotion. Now, if you have information that can prove otherwise, then share it. Share it. instead of being stuck in this combative zone of stupidity. Appreciate y'all taking the time. I'm off of here. Finish my little Rise coffee. It's cool, windows are wide open, and so I can breathe in some of these toxins and poisons they spraying around the world and just enjoy it. Humber French, I am Baby Girl Slaughter, Delusions Herbo, Original Lone Wolf, Olmec, excuse me, Mikey Cox, I am Baby Girl Slaughter, excuse me, Benji Namsi, T. Hines, Olmec, what's going on? What's going on, beloveds? What's happening? Grand day to all of you. I'm actually going to read the comments later, y'all. I'm going to keep this right at an hour, okay? I'm going to read everything later and respond. See y'all shortly.